So let's get started for the session. Okay, first of all, thanks a lot, Bolt IoT, for appreciating my work and giving me the opportunity to conduct this workshop. And thanks a lot to the all present members for taking the time and coming over here. Okay, so first of all, I just give a short or simple brief about this project. So Button IoT is one of the project that I have did during the pandemic. As you know that in pandemic, the critical situation, that's why we were in the home, and that's why I decided to conduct this project because I'm very lazy. I don't want to switch on my buttons. So that's why the reason I developed this device. So first of all, I just want to make clear you guys that all industries are moving toward the industry 4.0, and it's a data revolution. So the IoT plays a very crucial role in data revolution because, as you all know, nowadays the clouds are handling everything, the processing, and also the getting the data from the cloud. It is the essential thing. Okay, so that's why IoT is very beautiful field, and I'm very glad that all of you are interested in it. Also in TCS, we used to have one of the department that completely handles the project related to the IoT. So great to see you. Okay. Okay, so first of all, that this project is not that much complex, and I'm hope that all of you should be able to do this project very easily. Okay, so going ahead, first of all, I like to introduce myself. Uh, you people must know who am I. Okay, so I'm Yogesh Kumar. I'm a mechanical engineer who just graduated in the last year. Currently, I'm working in a TCS as a developer in one of the ERP project. Okay, so now you must have a question that I'm from mechanical background and why I'm working in the IT. So the reason for this is I'm one of the robotic and automation enthusiast. From the first year itself, I love the programming and coding. That's why I've decided to go for robotics because I'm so interested in the autonomous systems. Yes, and as you know that the robotics is a combination of the both mechanical, electronics, and the most important, that is computer field. And the most of the part of robotics is been handled by the computers. That's why any robotics engineer should have a great hands with the programming, and also the mechanical and electronics should be there, but these are the add-on things. The computers are the very essential when it comes to the robotics or any IoT, any technology. The computers, you should know the programming. And guys, I'm sure that all of you love the programming. Let understand that the programming is not about syntax, it's all about the logic. That's the thing you should remember. And don't fear about the syntax, you should focus on the logic. That's I have to say. Okay, so let's get started for the session now. Okay, so let's first of all discuss about the agenda. Don't worry, this session is not that much of long. I'm not taking your too much time. My aim for this session is to deliver the concepts that I have learned during this project and give the hands-on so that all of you guys should be able to do this project. Okay, so first of all, we are going to discuss about the project in detail, and along the side, we are going to discuss some of the concept that this project teach me. I'm going to teach you in a short, and I think all of you know that concept previously. Then that's great. Yes. Then we are going towards the building the device, the hands-on part, and then we are discussing about the application and scope of this project. Okay. So let's get started with the first, that is about this project. Okay. So first of all, what is a button IoT? In general, I will tell you what is this. So it's a very simple concept. Okay, so the project I'm going to show you is by using the concept of this button IoT. It's one of the application. So in general, button IoT is a concept. Just a second. So sorry. Okay. Yes. So the button IoT is one of the beautiful concept where we just focus on the main target as the our button or switch. Let's say you have a motor. So that's the AC motor you are driving. We are not focusing on the circuits of that AC motor. We are just focusing on the switch which operates this motor. We are just focusing on that, and we are just thinking how we can operate that switch so that ultimately our motor will get operated. So that's the basic idea behind the button IoT, where we just focus on the button or the switch which operates the our application, and by controlling this, ultimately we are going to control the our application. Okay, so how we can implement this is simple. We require a smart actuator. The smart actuator means you can also use a one which is ready made, or you can make your custom one using 3D printing or other technologies. So that smart actuator is a snap fit and compact, which fits on the our switches. Then we require the IoT enabled controllers like the our Bolt IoT, which is the best, which is based on again the ESP8266. Okay, then we require a power supply, which is a DC power supply most of the cases to power these devices. That is IoT device and the other actuator. So it's a very simple. So let me give a one simple example for that. Let's say you have a one farm and you have a three-phase AC motor, and you have to drive that three-phase AC motor. So now, if you see the structure of the three-phase AC motor, it's very complicated, and controlling this by wiring, it's very difficult. So now what we are going to do is we are just focusing on the switch which operates this three-phase AC motor, and we are just trying to control that switch, that on-off toggle motion. We are just focusing on controlling of that motion. And if we have the control on it, ultimately we are going to control the our motor remotely, and it's IoT means we can operate this from the any place in the world. We just required is the internet connectivity, which is nowadays not challenging. Okay, so first of all, let me clear with this project, guys. So this project also can be implemented by using the solid state relays, but again the relays required some rewiring in the circuit, which is again taking a time and adding a little more complexity. So that's why this device is having advantages, that it is a snap fit. We can directly fit it on the our toggle switch without any rewiring. But this is not feasible solution. This is just a temporary solution. The solid state relay is one of the permanent solution, but it requires rewiring, which we don't want to do. We are assuming that. Okay, so this device is made for only rocker switch. So as you aware of different types of switch, like the rocker, toggle, rotary, we are just developing this device for the rocker switch. If you want, you can design a special actuator for your toggle or the rotary, and you can also actuate the same. Okay, so how I am going to do this is I have one rocker switch, which you in India usually have with this type of switch for our lights and fans. Then we are using a servo motor 9G servo motor, which is one of the mini servo motor. And then we required is the bolt controller. Okay, so bolt controller is to just control that our servo motor. Okay, yes, that's the thing I'm going to do. I hope you watch the video so that you have the basic idea how this device is looks. So we are just fitting the that servo motor over the our rockers switch, and then we are controlling this via bolt controller. Okay, now next is I just want to highlight the one of the important characteristics of the our bolt device. If you guys ever drive the servo motor, you come to know that the driving of servo motor is not that difficult. If you are using header file in the Arduino, it is very easy to drive, but without header file, it is very difficult to drive servo motors, because the servo motors doesn't works only on the terminals, like the our normal induction motor. We have 5-volt DC motor. We just connect the terminals with the battery, and hence we are done. But in case of servo, it is not like that. We have to give a power supply, and also we have to give the control pulse. So control pulse is one of the square wave, where the pulse width decide how much angle it should rotate. So most of the cases, servo motor rotates only 180 degrees, and the pulse width decide how much angle it should rotate, and it's a closed loop motor, which means it's a highly accurate. It doesn't goes wrong at all because of that potentiometer inside it. You can have a more information on that. If you want, I will also explain the information about this at the last if you want. It's a very beautiful motor. Okay, Okay, so finally our device looks something like that. So I have this rocker switch, then I have this servo motor, which just I snap over the rocker switch. Now this motor's motion will make the our switch on and off, switch between the position. Then this is a controller, that is Bolt controller. We have powered this using the our 5 volt 1 amp adapter. Okay. Okay, so now here comes the hands-on part. Okay, so let me stop the share and switch on my camera for that. Just a minute, guys. Yes, just a minute. Okay, so are you able to see my video, right? It is blurry video. Could you please confirm, anyone? Rajesh?
No, it's not visible. It's blurry.
Okay, okay, no problem. Just a minute. Okay, I hope you are now able to see. Yes?
Yeah, it's visible. Yeah.
Yes, so let's come to the hands-on part. So I will first of all disassemble this whole device and show you guys how we can do this device. And don't worry, it doesn't require a very complex code. It's a very simple code. You just have to create one href, that is the hyperlink for that, and it is very easy. I have to show this how Bolt IoT makes us easy to work with this. Just a minute. Okay, let's say now you have to drive the servo motor using the Bolt IoT. You just Google it, how to drive the servo motor using Bolt. You just come to the Bolt IoT's official website, and here you can read the documentation if you want. And here it is, you have the pinouts also. And here you just have to use this hyperlink to drive the your motor. You just put your API key, then you put which pin to which you have connected your control pin, and the angle which you have to control, and your device name. That's it, and you will be able to drive the servo motor. Okay, so it's a very cool thing about the Bolt, that they have a very good documentation which help you to solve any complex problem easily. But that doesn't mean you can skip the concept. You should understand the concept also. They have given the concept on their page, so that's very beautiful documentation. You can definitely check it out. Okay, so now I will show how this device works. Okay, so first of all, it is fully assembled device. I just have to do is I just have to insert this pin in this device. Now this device is getting on. I just show you guys. The blue light is on, and once it is connected to the Wi-Fi, my both lights are stable. So that's how simple it is. Just a minute. Yes, it is connecting to the Wi-Fi. Just wait. Okay, it is not connecting to the Wi-Fi. Let it be. Okay, let me disassemble this device and I show you what's inside it. Okay, okay. So it's a very simple. Okay, so I just want to know that I'm a very Jugadu engineer. So I just used my mobile phone's battery to power up this device. Here it is. This is my mobile phone battery. I just 3D printed one print. You can see this over here, and connected my wires to this battery and then power my Bolt device. Okay, so as you know, we are Indians. We are so much jugaadu in this type of cases. Okay, no problem. Okay, so what I have done is, let's see. So I have this battery. So this battery is going to power our Bolt device. Then I have these pins. These pins are actually the ground pin and the VCC pin, which are connected to the my motor. This servo motor to which it is connected. Then I have one control pin which is connected to the pin number 1 of my device. So that's how it's simple connection it is. You just want this servo motor which costs around 100 rupees. Then you just have to connect this to the Bolt very easily using your GPIO pin 1 I am using over here, and just I power this motor using the same Bolt supply, and that's how simple it is. Okay, so that's how you have to make the connection. So let me revise you with the connection. So for connection, what you have to do is you just have want this servo motor. The servo motor's power pin you have to connect to the Bolt's power, Bolt's output power, ground pin to the ground pin, and the control pin to the GPIO one or other anyone if you want to change the one. Okay, that's how you have to do this thing. And now comes to the important part, that is code part. So here I have this code. Okay, so what this code is, it's a very simple code. I hope you aware about the HTML's basic. So you just have to use that link which I showed you on the Bolt's website. So you just have to use that link, and you just have to create one href, that is hyperlink for that. And using this hyperlink, you just put your value, your pin number, your device name, and your API key. And that's simple it is. Now I just run this code for you guys. You just say open with Google Chrome. Now you have two buttons, that is on button and off button. Once you click that buttons, your motor is on. Okay. I don't know why it is not connecting to my Wi-Fi. Just a minute. I reconnect the device. Okay, I don't know what the problem, but no problem. Once you are connected to your Wi-Fi, you just have to use this code, and by pressing the on and off button, you will get the your motor ready to run. Okay, so when I press on, it should run. Actually, it is not connected to the Wi-Fi. That's why it is showing that no success. But once you are connected to the Wi-Fi, it shows success. You can watch the video which I just posted on the YouTube, so that will gives you the brief idea about that. Okay. Okay, so that's it. Let's go toward the next in presentation. So that's a hands-on part. I'm so sorry, I don't know my device why it is not connecting to the Wi-Fi. Once it is connected, I will let you know. I just keep trying this. Okay. Okay, so that's a hands-on part. So it's a very simple. What you have to do is you just have to connect your servo motor to the Bolt, which is very easy. You just give the power pins and your control pin, and after that you just have to run your script in the your favorite web browser. And by pressing the on and off button, your motor will get rotate. And you just have to make sure that you should tune the angles properly as per your type of the key, or depends on how your rocker switch is. And that's it, it works. Yes. Okay, so that's a hands-on part. Okay, so this is a code. You can see it's a very simple code. You don't have to do anything. You just create two buttons, on and off, and embed the your hyperlink in that on and off, and that's how it works. Okay, so now here comes the important part, the application. Okay, so I just want to clear you guys that this is not the perfect or feasible solution. It's a temporary solution to operate the switches or devices. It's a button IoT, so you can operate any device with the help of this by targeting on the end switch. Okay, so solid state relays is a perfect solution for that, but again it requires rewiring. Okay, so next thing you must to note that there are a few startups like InstaHub. So I also work in this startup, which is one of the US based startup, which is very beautiful startup. So they are developing such a devices called as Solar, which is a snap-on solution to operate the rocker, and as well as the were or toggle switches. That startup where I work, and I work in this startup because of this project. So they like my project, and they take me for their internship program, which is for around 6 months. Yes, it's a very good company. Definitely, one of you or any one of you is interested, you can apply for that. It's a US based startup. There are a lot of researchers working in that, so you can also get into that. Okay. Yes, okay. Then next is, yes, that's it. I'm want to keep this session a short because I don't want to bore you guys. Okay, so that's it. So I'm a robotic enthusiast. So I monthly developing different types of project and robots. So if you want to check out, you can check my Instagram page. And thanks a lot for coming here. So you can now throw your questions. So feel free to ask any questions if you have. Yes.